When you see performers on stage, in the movies, or on television, do you ever wonder where they learn their craft? Well, there are famous acting schools in New York and Hollywood, of course, but a number of the best performers in the country get their schooling here in Maine. For 20 years, they've been coming here to learn from Tony Montanaro. Bob Libby introduces us to Maine's master of movement.
Just the arms. To here, elbows in, up, and then down, right? And now, as you come down, climb up, reach up, hold it, there's a jolt. Climb up, reach up, and there's a jolt. But the audience is looking at this so much, they don't see the heel sneaking down.
Tony Montanaro is, for lack of a better word, an institution. For the last quarter century, he has been teaching and inspiring people in an idyllic setting, a barn in South Paris.
It'll break your back. Good for you. Good. Nice.
25 years ago, Tony Montanaro founded the Celebration Barn Theater in South Paris. It was to be a place for students to learn about mime, theater, and performing.
I performed a lot in those days. I mean, all over the country. I did like maybe 35 states. And wherever I performed, the students always asked, "You teach this stuff," you know, because they liked it. And the show was always successful. I'd say, "Yeah, here's my address, here's my phone number, and I'm teaching this summer. If you want to come, just call me up." And they did.
Tony has been a performer and teacher for over 30 years. He has toured Europe, the United States, and Canada. He has appeared in movies and on television. But his students would say that his teaching has been the most important contribution.
Slow motion one time. Then climb up on your heel. Now, stop for a second. Stay there. Let go of this hand. Slow motion. Let the heels go down. Let your hand go up. Grab the rope, and then go boing. Teaching is a whole different ball game. Because teaching, you have to stretch. You have to figure out, how can I verbally, in a way, say something that makes sense to the guy in front of me.
The Celebration Barn Theater has been providing audiences with exciting performances for 25 years. But it has also been a place of discovery. People have come here from all over the world to learn something about themselves, as well as about juggling, mime, and other performance skills.
There are friendships from this barn that still exist. The people met here 20 years ago. They still know each other. There's been 4 marriages out of here. So the bonding that takes place when people learn to expose themselves, learn to take chances together and gamble, they become very supportive. It becomes a support group. Fill, lift, empty it, catch it, catch it, catch it. It picks you up and lifts you up this way. Now do it quicker, and you can feel the eagle being tossed by the, whoa, by the wind and turns you around, right? Yeah.
Classes at the Celebration Barn aren't just for performers. People from all walks of life come here to learn how to express themselves.
A former cop, a nun. I had a priest once. Not a Catholic priest, he was a minister, but he wasn't a Catholic, he was a regular minister. And he's still in the ministry. He came here to learn how to speak from the pulpit. So I've had all kinds, but mostly people who love theater come here, most of them.
Deborah Hersick is from Bath, Ohio.
I'm a 6th grade teacher and a storyteller, and I thought that adding mime to the stories that I tell with the children would help enhance the story, as well as help any of the children who are more visual than they are auditory. When I first came, I almost just went home. And yeah, I was having too much trouble getting here, and once I got here, it was more trouble. And yeah, I almost went home. Something, I don't know what, just something kept me going. I guess that what I learned was you are up against yourself. You're at your extreme, I guess. You've got this wall, and you just have to look around it. And I'm surprised.
Uschi Ickler came from Germany after meeting Tony Montanaro. She is trained as a puppeteer and as an art therapist.
He's very personal. He picks up all the personal qualities everybody has and maybe doesn't live or has not yet developed enough. So he's very individual and specific for every person.
Many of Tony's former students have settled in Maine and have careers that carry them all over the world. Fred Garbo has appeared on Broadway and on television for several seasons of Sesame Street, as well as performing in Asia, Europe, and South America.
So I went up for a one-week workshop and told him that he needed me, that I wanted to share the gymnastics training I had had with his first company. And I ended up staying there a couple of years and bought property locally and have gone back and been in touch with Tony constantly at times, would show him new material that I was working on. So the old system of apprenticing really held true for me.
Michael Menez is a performance artist, and he travels the globe as well.
I started with juggling when I was in high school, and did that. Got pretty good at that, and then started studying dance and mime and things like that. And then I saw some performances by some of Tony's students, Bob Berkey and Fred Garbo, and they said, you know, our teacher is Tony Montanaro, so and he still teaches. So that's how I started. That's the first time I came up here.
Performers like Mike Menez and Fred Garbo keep coming back to Tony to refresh their acts or just to talk with their mentor. As for Tony, he just keeps going, teaching others the secrets of mime and a little about who they are inside.
To me, theater means getting up on stage and doing something that's clear to the audience, whether it's dance or storytelling or mime, I don't care. And I hope it'll go on attracting people who come here to learn, to open up more. Theater arts, I hope it stays. There you go, that's it, yeah.
I'm Bob Libby for True North.